Alright, welcome back everybody to CTI's Demon Tony's channel for more PSGL F2 action. We are live from the beautiful Monza facility here in Italy. Very beautiful track to drive around, very fast. It is called the Tempo of Speed for a reason. I'll be joined by Simo in the booth momentarily. He has company that's leaving, so he'll be here soon. Nice sunny session here, looks like. Always good. Hopefully the race is dry too, so we don't have any confusion or a debacle like we had last week. We have 14 drivers. In F2 news, we have Bugatti coming up from F3 to F2, and he will go from the Mercedes in F3 to the Mercedes in F2. Oh, they're lag out in qualifying, so I'm not dealing with the crying tonight. I'm not taking any crap for anybody. And according to Stewart's reports, I believe Grini has a 15-second penalty for Monza. And I think that's it. Nobody else had any incidents last week. Let's pull up the point standings here, which I believe are very, very close. F2. Driver standings. Gamer Paco leads the points by 1 point over Jaketex with 64 and 63 respectively. In third is Poe after his won last week. He's up to 43 points. Rafa in fourth with 36. Mir is in fifth with 28. Mercedes is in sixth with 26. Ugi's in seventh with 24. Lewis is in 8th with 19, Ali is in 9th with 13, and King Mick rounds out the top 10 with 12. And speaking of Amir, he is on the first fast lap of the race, or of the qualifying, should I say. Gets through turns 1 and 2 pretty good, a little lock up, nothing major. Heads into the first chicane. Very easy to get invalid there, either cutting it short or going wide. Very strict in that corner. Now we go through Elesmos. Open up the DRS as he heads down into the very fast chicanes, otherwise known as Ascari. A lot of cars will lose it coming out of there if the ballast is too high or if they clip the curb. So you gotta be very careful while being aggressive at the same time. As he heads into Parabolica, I don't know if he'll get a toe off of Rafa. Probably not. Maybe. No. He'll hit the line with a 119.1. Not a bad lap at all for a first lap. Here comes Fletcher out of Parabolica. Looks like he's going to be pit. Nope. He's taking inside line to the line. 19.7 for Fletcher. Here comes King Mick in a Sauber. 20.2. And Poe did a 19.6, which I missed. And Wacko with 20 flats. Here comes Greeny, headed toward Parabolica himself. And he will pull it into the pits. Here comes Bugatti. What a 19.5. That's good enough for second. Nice lap for his first showing in F2. Ugi coming through Ascari now. Who said in the chat earlier he did enough practice to finish 11th tonight. which I think he's just toying with us. I think Ugi will finish with solid points tonight. As he comes out of Parabolica to the line, Ugi will set a 120.4. Lewis is on the softs. What else we got? Ali starting a lap. Jack is... Where is he? He just started a lap as well. And Jake Tech just started a lap. So we'll go on board with Ali. Who's the furthest? Alright, I thought he was furthest down. My bad. Go on board with Jack. As he heads toward Ascari on the DRS stretch. Ooh, got a bit of the curb there. Didn't upset the car too much, it didn't look like. He did a 19.8, but was invalid. May have been cutting too much of that curb there in Ascari. Ali to the line will set a 19.8. That's good enough for 6th. Jaketex was on one too? Yep, here comes Jaketex around Parabolica. And he will go 19.3. That is good enough for 2nd. 2/10 off of Amir. So he's 2/10 behind Amir, 2/10 ahead of Bugatti. Greeny is about to start a lap, so we'll take you on board as full lap. Since most of the guys run out laps are in the pits. Gets all the way up to 218 heading into turn 1. Lewis has DNF'd in quali again. I'm sure he'll let us know why in chat in a couple seconds. Greeny makes it through the first chicane really well. Coming into the double right-handers, which sometimes can be tricky if you go too close to the inside, putting a tire on the grass there. He didn't mean to do that. And through Ascari, looking like a really good lap here from Greeny. I think he should just start last every race like I do, because it happens almost every week anyway. Greeny out of Parabolica will come to the line and set a 19.6. That's good enough for 6th. Smack dab between Poe and Rafa. Rafa's on out lap. Go on board with Fletcher here. Oh, exactly, Lewis. And I don't know if you've seen the F4 race yesterday, they had to restart, and turn 3 turned into a funeral for cars, we'll say. Fletcher gets through Ascari really well. He'll head to the line for a 19.5. 4th for Fletcher. Here comes Bugatti through Ascari. Very tidy. If that car slows up to start a lap. Oh, 19.1. I was going to say Bugatti might get a tow, but I don't think that person's on an outlet. Guy goes 19.6, so he does not improve. Jack Attack's about to start a lap. Hello, Josh. It's not letting me change off of Jake Attack's to go up, so. Going for a raffle here as he comes through his car himself. Through Parabolica. It's interesting. Some people you see take it wide, some people you see take it to the inside. He'll improve by 0.2 to 5th with a 19.4. Poe will pit. Go aboard with Jake Attacks. Oh, thanks, Josh. That happened 2 weeks ago, I believe, for the F2 race. Jake Tech's got a bit much of the inside curb there of the exit of Excari, so we'll see if it's invalid or not. Simbo's not here with his telemetry to let us know. He will be here momentarily, though, as soon as his company leaves. 19.146. So we have 3 guys within 28 thousandths of each other in the top 3. Doesn't get much closer than that. Greeny's about to start a lap. We'll come back to him. Paco's probably on the in lap since he's on 2 laps. Jack Lacey looks like he's about to finish a lap. And Jack will go 19.6. That's good enough for 8th. So we'll go back to Greeny, who just started his lap. Everybody else is in the pits, making final adjustments to tires, fuel amounts, for one last hurrah in qualifying before we get to the race. Opens up the DRS, flies down through the tunnel of trees. Nice trip to Riscari for him. Good evening, Fish. How you doing tonight, sir? A little bit wide coming out of Parabolica, but we'll see what he does. He improves to 19.4. That's good enough for 4th for Greening. And Jack is out of fuel, so he will be pitting. Although I hear the less amount of fuel you have in the car, the faster you go in qualifying, so that might have been worth a shot. Alright, so Ollie's about to start a lap. Guess returns 1 and 2 really well. A little tire spin coming out of the exit, but that will happen. Oh, got a tire in the gravel there. Although from watching the F4 race yesterday, a lot of people were putting a tire in the gravel and it didn't look like it was slowing them down in the race, so. Simo has company, and he was waiting for him to leave because then he has to put the children to bed. So he'll be in probably, I don't know, 10, 15. Oh! 10 or 15 minutes. Ali saves it. He has plenty of time for a another lap anyway. So we'll go on board with Oogie, who just started the lap himself. Oogie will have King Mick in front of him, who gets out of the way nicely. Thank you, King Mick. As he heads into Ascari. I don't think I've ever seen anyone take Ascari without touching any of the curves before. I was impressive. Oogie will come to the line with 19.9, improves by half a second, and it's good enough for 10th. King Mick to the line, 20.2. Oh wait, he was on an outlet, my bad. Gamer Paco's on an outlet. Amir just started the lap. Jacotex is coming through Parabolica to start a lap. Amir is up on his time after the first sector. Yellow in sector 2, that is Oogie slowing down and getting out of the way. Amir's up a 10th on his time. That would be good enough for pole if he could finish it off. He will get a tow from Poe. Oh no! He was purple. He would have had a tow from the guy who's on pole too. Ooh, Jacotex is going to get a tow here from Oogie. Every little bit helps. Jeez, looking like a really good lap here. He will get 19 flat for pole. Will we see an 18 perhaps? Or will that only be an F1, the 18s? Mirror is done. Greeny coming through Ascari. Oogie and Jack have finished their qualifying runs. Lewis retired early. Greeny's about to finish his. What will Greeny have for us? He will have 19.4. That does not improve his original 19.4, so he'll be fourth. Rafa goes fourth with a 19.3. Here comes Fletcher through Ascari. Through Parabolica, here comes Fletcher to the line. He will set a 19.3. Good enough for 5th. Here comes Ali into the pits. Jacotex is on the cooldown. I think that's it. Oh, Oogie kind of called his shot. He said he was good enough to be 11th. And he just missed 11th. Just need to wait for Jay to retire, and I believe we are all set. And there it is. So, dry qualifying session at Monza as we head into the wet race. We see, if it loads up, Jaketex is on pole with a 119 flat. Poe in second, Amir in third. They were separated by 9 thousandths. That's how close second and third were. Rafa in fourth, Fletcher in fifth, Greeny in sixth, Ali in seventh, Bugatti in eighth, Wako in ninth, Jack Lacey in 10th, King Mick in 11th, Oogie in 12th, Gamer Paco in 13th, and rounding out the grid is Lewis in 14th. So, being on pole at Monza is a blessing and a curse, because you are in front of everybody, so you won't damage your wing, but you may get run over from behind by somebody missing their braking point, especially in the wet. A lot tougher to slow down for turn one with the highest speeds here in the wet. Lewis said it was a wet start or a wet race? A wet race in general. So enters the whole way, it looks like. Just waiting for the last couple guys to choose their fuel. Oh, what a surprise. Everybody is on the Inters. I remember the first time I ever did a Monza League race, I practiced and practiced and practiced so much in the dry, and I forgot to practice wet, and it was a wet race. I wanted to cry. Nice view there, everybody coming out of the corner onto the street. Hey there, Sparks. I'm sure they were running wet setups in qualifying, though, Sparks. But you never know. Anything's possible, of course. But according to what they were saying in the F2 chat, a lot of them were still running one wings anyway, like 1.5, 1.7, so might not have affected them that much. Alright. Hey! 5 red lights, and away we go. And welcome Simo to the booth. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Hi. Good evening. Yes, very good, thank you.
Oh
Perfect
no!
timing.
There's a
dear,
furry in the wall
nice.
already. Comes across the track. Amir and Oogie are out. Oh Jesus! Oogie didn't even make it to the first corner. Oh, and then there's a Force Indy off. Ali's out.
Yeah.
Great start. Jaketex is down to 11th. Man, I was looking to see what happened at the back. I didn't see what happened at the front.
Sort of. I seem to have no game audio. Oh, there we go. Back now.
There you go.
There's still lots of questions on the back there. Lewis is getting pumped around a bit. Wow. So that's what actually happened.
Wow. And to be fair, F2 has been one of the cleanest this season. Oh no, Ollie, don't leave the session, you're the host. Oh, come on. And Waco's in the wall.
Yeah, I saw Walker go around. Looks like he got bumped. I guess the struggling on his intermediates doesn't look like it's that wet, so maybe it's getting a bit wetter. That McLaren's a bit wide as well, Rafa.
Oh, 3 wide. Please use common sense here, people. Oh, there it goes. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Do people have brains at all anymore? Look at this. We're down to 9 cars and we just finished the first lap. Man, Bugatti, innocent bystander there, is just minding his own business, and they're trying to make it 4 wide next to pit road wall. Is this F2 or is this F4?
It's good, nice, isn't it? Oh, well, back 1 second.
Yes, sir. Baby does not sound happy. That's the camera angle I get for that. There we go, that's better. And that's actually good for Jake Attacks. Not that I wish bad luck on anybody, but Gamer Paco was 1 point ahead of him in the standings, and now Jake Attacks, pending he finishes the race, will be ahead again. And capable of giving each other space fish, and the fact that it's raining, there's no reason to be going 4 wide in the rain. Fletcher sets the fastest lap of the race, obviously being the leader on lap 2. Greeny's looking to make a move around the outside of Poe, but he backs off. Oh. Greeny's still on the outside. Not enough traction there. Jack Lacey will get up into 4th, as the Red Bull teammates are 3rd and 4th now. What a run from Lewis there. And Lewis will get back by. So it looks like Lewis has the straight line speed, but wow, I almost called him Lackey. Jack Lacey, there you go, that's going to be hard to say looking at it fast. Jack Lacey has the quartering speed. Green is still chasing down Poe. So Greeny's going to want to get out front and pull away since he has that 15-second penalty added to this race. I mean, it's a good start for him as well with everyone DNFing. It helps him stay in the points regardless where he finishes with the penalties. Whoa. Nice save by Greeny there. But Simo's right. That track does not look wet enough for inters yet. It's like they should be in mediums or something right now. So back-to-back days, F4 and F2, I managed to catch 2 spectacular crashes on stream. Jack with a tire in the gravel there. That does not help under the wet conditions. Greeny's still tracking down Poe here in the DRS zone. See what he could get off the slipstream here. They look to be about pretty even. Fletcher is checked out, though, to a 4-second lead. Rafa speeding in the pit lane. Yellow sector 1, Rafa is out. Oh, he must have retired in the pits. Something may have come up for Rafa, because he said he had plans and he didn't have plans, so maybe plans changed again. So Waco just cruised around in the back. It's going to pick up another point. Oh yeah, Connor, great start. Amir spun on the front stretch before turn 1, and Oogie had nowhere to go, and they both DNF'd in the pit wall. And then they were 4 wide to end lap 1. And yeah, big crash. Greeny into second. Lewis in third. Poe went wide at Ascari, is now in fourth. His car is not liking Ascari right now. He's gone wide every corner so far, or every time he's been through it so far. A little lag there between these two cars. Fletcher a 3-second time penalty. Good thing he's leading by 5 seconds. That won't hurt him yet. You're gonna have a busy night, Connor. The hell? Oh. Jake attacks fast lap race. I read that wrong. I'm like, Jake's not in Red Bull. So this is the closest battle we have on track.
Right, I'm back now again.
Yeah, welcome back, Simo.
What's been happening? With no more retirements, so.
Yeah, we had one more. Rafa retired in the pits.
Rafa retired.
Yeah, don't know if he had something to do, because he said he had plans earlier, then he didn't have plans, so maybe they popped back up again.
Ah, right, fair enough.
I never saw him go off the track or anything to cause him to pit for a wing or anything.
No, so that was an exciting first lap.
Yes. There's, I don't know who's lagging, but there's a bit of lag between Lewis and Green. Oh, and
It's quite a slippy track at the best of times, this though, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Wonder how many actually qualified on dry setups, because they look like they're really struggling through here.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lewis with a penalty. As of now, that won't hurt him too much. Greeny does have a 15-second penalty added to this race.
Oh, thanks. Okay. There doesn't really too many more corner cuts. But...
Yeah. I think it's Lewis that's lagging. His car keeps like bouncing around.
Yeah.
So, pretty sure the guys that pit early can make it to the end on tires. Because I did a test once, and I did all 27 laps on one set of inters, and I finished at 91%. So they could go all the way.
Wow.
I tested for science. And then,
No, Waco's gone.
oh no, Waco. Actually, what would be interesting is if we got a safety car or something, punch everybody back up to have a 7-car dash into turn 1.
Oh no. I think we'd have more than 3 finishes.
Yep, 7 cars. 5 of them were dead on the first lap.
Yeah, I'd say there's Fish done his prediction. He usually does a prediction before the race. He's not this time.
Yeah, last week he said 6 or 7, I think. Or 5.
Yeah.
He missed it by 1. You know, Greeny's keeping up pretty well with Lewis.
Yeah. Just dragging it back to Fletcher, aren't they? Slowly.
Yep.
That's under 5 seconds now.
And Fletcher does have 1 3-second penalty, so he needs to manage that as well. That piece of wing or whatever that is still sitting there in turn 1 from the first lap.
Yeah.
I think the marshals are scared to go remove it because cars have been spinning everywhere.
Yeah. The cat race is caught up to power bit as well, so that might be another battle we get.
Yep.
If I remember rightly from is it 2016 or 2017, if it was raining, it was Jack Lacey's time. He was superb in the wet.
I remember Gaming Alamanda came into an F4 stream once and said the same thing about Betrayer, and he ended up winning that Canada race in the rain.
Yeah.
You never know. Some guys love the tough conditions because they know they could take advantage of everybody else who's scared of them. I'll go TV cam for a little bit here.
Yeah. Whoa, Jack Lacey's struggling out of a sky, just about keeps it going. Really slippy there on this game.
Oh, I don't know if that was lag or he power slide through that corner, but that was pretty impressive by Green.
I think I might have more child issues, so I'll just go and take another vacation from the commentary box.
It's walk in a park. So Greeny drops off a full second after putting a tire in the grass there. And Jack gets through his car a little better that time. Poe will pit. And Jack sets his personal best lap of the race on that, so 10 lap old inters. So Jay will get by Poe. I don't think Mick will. No, Mick won't. But they'll be close on track. And Jay has the rev glitch. Oh no! Jack Lacey! And that was weird. I mean, Jacotech could just cruise around and get a lot of points. We're down to 6 cars. This is starting to look like PSGL F2 Australia, and that was a dry race. Oh, Greeny! Saved it. And Greeny had enough of those tires. So he will pit. He'll easily come back out in 3rd. See, I can't even say anything about that, Fish, because I suck at this game. I do stupid crap like that in time trial. No one on the track, no pressure, and I always find a way to crash by myself. So it looks like Greeny will still be... Oh, got Greeny. That was an alternate route.
Right, I've got to stop leaving, I see, because we've lost another one.
Yeah. Go back and watch the stream. That one was pretty funny. He was by himself and he crashed on a straightaway.
Nice.
I don't know how Greeny didn't get a penalty just now for straight line in turn 1 after he pit. Maybe because he let off the throttle enough. Yeah, I've actually mastered that in this game. If I'm going to cut a corner, I let off the throttle and it never gives me a warning.
Oh, that's a... Yeah, I just watched the Jack Lacey one. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I was looking down at the admin chat because they were talking about the race. And I said there's only 7 people left. Then I hear a thud. I look up. He's in, well, I'm like 6 people left. Alright, so Fletcher and Lewis have both pits. And obviously they'll come out in front of Greeny. At least all the gas are back under 10 seconds again.
Yeah.
So everybody has now pit at least once.
Did they say the forecast was just wet all the way through?
I believe so. Lewis said it was a wet race in the chat. So. I'm glad we got through it smoothly with no restarts or any drama like that. Just gonna have to deal with the
Yeah.
drama after the race of lap 1. Yes, Dre. Go back and watch lap 1, Dre. So Green is actually taking a whole second out of Lewis. Maybe he made a wing adjustment, because now his straight line speed's a lot better.
Yeah. We're certainly going for it around the parabolic, yeah?
Yeah, he actually had a moment coming out of it earlier.
Oh, we Wacko and Bugatti must have had a coming together.
Well, Waco and Bugatti were part of that 4 wide thing with Ali and...
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, I don't think Bugatti was at fault. He was all by himself on the outside. Everybody else was 3 wide next to him against the pit wall with Lewis behind them pushing.
Alright, fine.
I think, and not to start an argument or anything, but I think Lewis may have tagged somebody and got him a little loose. And then they turned into one of the other cars and everybody went off.
Oh, yes, I know. Yeah, just a bit of a chain reaction.
Yeah, he was all over the gearbox, but I mean, it happens, I guess, in a race.
Yeah, it's one of those, sometimes the discretion is the better part of valor, isn't it? And
Yeah.
with knowing what you know now, you'd definitely just drive safe, make sure you stayed in the race.
So
you'd be guaranteed at least 7.
Greeny just got a 3-second penalty for barely doing anything wrong, but he straight line turn 1 after the pit stop and got nothing for it. Decent. Yeah, Dre.
Decent.
To start the race, somebody spun off the line, and actually it was a mirror, spun off the line and pinched Doogie into the wall, and they both DNF before they even got to turn 1. And then everybody else crashed on the straight as they finished turn 1 or lap 1. Jacotex is in.
Jay, yeah, obviously didn't believe that the tyres could last to the end of the race, so he's got some fresh boots on.
He's got nothing to lose, really. He's already got the points lead, so just keep the car comfortable.
Yeah. How does this actually affect the point standings or not? Just gonna look at those.
Well, Gamer Paco's out, and he's leading by 1 point over Jay.
Let's see, so Paco's out, Jay's in, Poe's out, Rafa's out, FIFA is out, yeah. Mercedes isn't racing, Ugi's out, Lewis. Is that our Lewis in number 2 there, that one? AZR Lewis.
Yeah.
So he's down in 8th, he's the only other guy. Yeah. Ollie out, King Mick. He's going on the 6th, so yeah, it's doesn't really affect the point standings too much this, because Jay's just going to jump ahead of Paco. Assuming he finishes.
Ooh.
Oh, you're on board with Greeny for that one.
Uh-huh. I've pretty much been on board with him the whole race since he's like had the closest battle of everybody.
Yeah.
So he's had a few curb moments. I'll go on board with
I
Lewis.
mean, with these, I'd hate to jinx it, but with these top 3, if they get close to each other, there's still a chance that Jay could get a podium.
Yep.
Oh, Greeny's going very wide in the background there. Man, you're saying Greeny's got a 15-second penalty added on to the rest of this, aren't you?
Uh-huh. And he's already got 3 seconds in the race, too, so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to that podium interview.
Oh, no, so Poe was in third, isn't he? So the championship is fourth in this race, so we've still got a couple of the guys at the top in there.
Yeah.
But
But
the big gap is between Paco and Jay.
yeah. So I think Poe is maybe like 19 or 20 behind Jacobtex.
Yeah.
I mean, Poe's turning around. He had a slow start to the season, but he's been doing really well lately. Jacobtex has already shaved 3 seconds off the gap to Poe.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount of action to go with, is there?
Nope.
So to fill in as best we can.
That's what happens when there's 6 cars.
It does, yeah.
Whoa, another power slide by Greeny. He's really going for it in
That was
Parabolica. And if he could catch Lewis and pass him, that will surely get him onto the podium.
Just checking the race director. Oh, and stop go, which I guess is third.
Wait, Poe has a stop go.
They had a stop go off the on lap one, so I don't know if that was an illegal overtake or something amongst all that carnage.
Oh yeah, he got
Was,
ignoring yellow flags thing.
yeah, so as he's pitted, he'll serve that one. So.
That explains
Another
that.
joyous thing in this game, isn't it? When you big crashes at turn one, you can't do anything other than overtake illegally, but it still penalises you for it.
Another power slide from Greeny.
He's going for it, isn't he? We hooked that one up quite nicely, though.
It's weird. He keeps getting the gap to like 2.3, but then it goes back up to 3.1. Uh-oh. Big C's in the chat. Did Big C DNF from F1?
Good.
Yeah, Big C. Not many people made it after lap 1. And Jacobtek just keeps sitting lap after lap, past this lap, beating himself. Yeah, this race has been Inter's full race as well. Dry quali, really close quali actually. The top 4 were separated by like 0.2, I think. Another moment from Greeny in Ascari. I'm really not looking forward to this interview, Big C. Let's go on board with Jake Text. He's doing fastest laps, and his gap will be the smallest soon. So
Yeah, I think now I'll stick on board with Greeny and just keep an eye, make sure nothing too exciting happens. He says as he just gets a little bit heavy on the throttle.
somebody pit Poe. Oh geez, just hand him
Poe.
the podium.
Yeah. What's Jay's penalty situation? Have a look.
Don't believe I've seen his name pop up yet, but we still have 7 laps
No,
to.
he's got 2 warnings and a warning, so I guess one of them's a corner cutting as opposed to extending the track. So.
Well, don't forget he started on pole, and he was last at one point, so he had to have contact with someone.
Greeny's 1 warning away from another one by the look of it.
Ooh, come on, Jay, get into that 21-second barrier. Do it for your old F6 buddy. Actually, it was F5 when I raced against Jake Attacks. Lewis is falling off of Fletcher, so it looks like Fletcher's going to comfortably take this one.
Yeah, it looks like it. I suppose he's not been on stream much, has he, Fletcher?
Yeah, he's one of those guys like some guy named Simo I know that spins every time he's on camera.
I don't know that guy.
He's like, that guy's a shell of my former self.
Yeah. And you weren't even following me last night.
Oh, I was. I was too busy laughing with Look at turn 3.
Well, that was some crash. You've seen quite a lot of crashes at Monza, which has been the best one this weekend.
That one's the best at Monza. My favorite one I've seen so far was the spot last season with Blue Mosquito collecting Cheater at Pouan. Oh, Sauber teammates.
One, if I remember.
What was that, Sam?
Yeah, I just noticed that by then. I thought it was a good crash, the Blue Mosquito one.
Yeah, I laughed quite a bit.
I noticed that Poe was... Yeah, I noticed Poe was close to King Mick, but he's got fresh tyres. I think he's just been faster all race anyway. So.
And he's lagging big time, too. Whoa. Poe at a moment. And another. And another. That might just be lag, though.
Yeah. So Greeny's now got it to... I was going to say under 2 seconds, because it's just gone a bit deep into turn 1, so it's now over 2 seconds again. To within Lewis, so he's clawing him back in. Jay's still staying there, sort of 23 seconds off Greeny though.
Greeny just clipped another crew.
And it is again, that gap's just gone back over 2 seconds, so I wonder if Lewis is just keeping things under control in the car, fuel wise and ERS wise. It does seem like every time the gap gets down, he just blasts away again.
Yeah. Game of cat and mouse. Oh, Greeny! Oh, Greeny! Oh my god! You gotta be kidding me. He still hasn't finished race since Australia last season. I've been on board both Red Bulls, and they both crashed by themselves. And Jake Tex will get a podium. Congratulations, Jake Tex.
Well done, good. Yeah.
Persistence pays off. Well, at least he doesn't have to worry about that 15-second penalty anymore.
Yeah, I got that sorted, yeah.
Yep. And now Lewis doesn't need to do anything now. He just cruises it home.
Yeah.
As he puts a tire in the gravel. It's funny that the noise they use for the gravel in this game sounds like a bag of marbles. Poe's already pulled out 2 seconds on Mick. Oh, Mick's got the rev glitch.
That's always nice.
Yeah. Jay had it until he pit. The record that I know of is 4 in F6. I wish it was 3 that day. Then I wouldn't be the only admin without a podium. Actually, I was a lap down anyway. If somebody crashed on the last lap, I would still have been 4th. So 3 laps to go. And Fletcher's probably going to have one of his most comfortable races of all time.
Well, unless he don't jinx it now, after what we've seen so far.
I mean, I haven't put the camera on him yet. I'll do it when he comes through parabolic on the final corner. Or the final lap,
He
I mean.
requested that.
Huh?
Has he requested absolutely no coverage?
Oh, no. I mean, it's really no point.
Yeah.
Plus, you know me, with every time I put the camera on somebody today, they crash. Hey, there's Zexer. He was one of the 4 finishers along with me. And Josh. So there you go. 3 of the 4 finishers I raced are in the chat or commentating right now. Where's Brandon? Where's my teammate Brandon? He was the 4th. He usually pops in here. Fletcher will be taking the line for 2 to go. So Fletcher takes the line while Lewis is halfway through Parabolica. That's the gap.
That's after a particularly dramatic race for our pole sitter, where at one point he was last. He's third from last, isn't he now? But he's also third from first.
Jacotex is the middle of the sandwich of the cars, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Instead of monkey in the middle, he's the Toro in the middle.
Yeah. That's always a pet peeve of mine. When someone says they're in a Sauber sandwich because they're between 2 Saubers. No, they're not.
The
Saubers would be the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poe, fast lap of the race. Go on, Poe. Only need to make up 27 seconds to get on the podium. You can do it.
Oh, that must be a good fast lap.
So he just puts in like a 104. Like, what happened?
Yeah. Straight line curve chicane.
It's like, no warning. Do we dare take Fletcher on the final lap?
Well, your choice. I think it'd be quite a dramatic thing to show if that happened.
There it is. Fletcher started the final lap. Oh, Jacotex picks up a penalty.
He should be okay. That shouldn't cost him too much.
I don't know. It's going to be close.
What is the total gap anyway? 1:02, so... Well, King Mick's not going to be too far into the lap by the time Fletcher gets to the end of it. Are they stuck in there? They finished. It'd be a good 5th place.
Yeah. A minute 2. That's what I was behind when I finished in 7th on Saturday. Yes, Dale. 5 left. Now hold your breath, everybody. Here comes Fletcher Thurascari for the final time. I think he held his breath too because he went through it very slow.
I was just...
He's like...
I don't think I'd be anywhere near... Oh, get off the grass. I don't think I'd be anywhere near the curbs if I was 9 seconds up.
He's going to take Parabolica as slow as he can. Do not get in the throttle too quick. And here comes Fletcher off the final corner to win in Monza. Lewis, after crash. Oh, and he sets the fastest lap in the race, even though he let off.
Yeah.
And Lewis, after crashing and qualifying for like the 37th week in a row, will finish second. Oops. Grumpy, go watch lap 1. Jake Attecks will finish third. Great podium for him. He doesn't have a mic, so congratulations to him.
Should I go and get Fletcher and Lewis invited? Or suggested anyway?
Yep. Poe with a solid run. Will come home in fourth. Good points. Tough conditions. Any points are good points in tough conditions. And last but not least, with his engine revving glitch, King Mick will finish fifth.
No, I don't remember how to do. There we go. So Jeff Boyles and Lewis. Oh, what's his gamer tag again? I've come off the screen.
Who is it? Lewis?
Lewis, yeah.
Lewis 11004.
Help. There he is.
Interesting combination for a podium. Williams, Toro, and Haas. If you were able to predict that for a real life race and it happened, you should play the lottery as well. Oh, Haas was not really far fetched, and Toro's not really far fetched for a podium. Williams, yeah.
Yeah, anyone other than Ferrari, Red Bull, or Mercedes really is a stretch for a podium these days.
I don't know. I think Renault may surprise us this season. I think Ricciardo
Yeah,
will win
that's
at Monaco.
Ooh, that's a brave shout.
You know, it's funny. This race was Inter's the whole race, and it lasted only 1 minute longer than the F6 race that was tried whole race.
I'm in Baku next week, aren't we? So that should be interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I just sent it, Lewis. Calm down. So eager to get onto that podium interview.
Yeah.
There he is. Little eager guy. And I'll just wait for Fletcher and then we'll begin.
Okay then.
I'll make sure your voice is on share, because every time I do interviews, there's always one person that can't be heard.
Yeah, mine's unshared.
Or occasionally it's your co-commentator that's not on chat.
Yeah, good job last week, Simo.
Yeah.
Halfway through the race, we can't hear a co-coms. Who are you talking to?
Yeah. No one, just the best actor in the world.
It's like, normally I don't talk. I thought I spiced things up this week. Alright, let's see. I mean, we could start with Lewis until he gets in. There's Lewis. First podium of the season. Did you think after crashing out and qualifying for like the 100th race in a row that podium was possible today?
Not at all, because I was expecting the crash at turn 1, but you know, not how it was, because I think there was a crash like every turn on lap 1. And then by the end of lap 1, I was like, 5th.
Yeah. What was your point of view of that crash where they were 4 wide coming to the line to end lap 1?
I was right behind it, but Ollie left like beforehand, and then lag started getting involved. So like down the straight, I was like lifting just so I didn't get like desync, and then it ended up being desync because of lagging back and forth.
It's what it looked like, because I was on board with whoever was behind you, and I could see you right behind the 3 cars, and then Bugatti was like further part of the 4 wide by himself, and it just looked like a weird animation where they just all spun into each other.
Yeah, I think off the laggy, got like close to my car, then it made Jack turn like left and just weave from the straight in front of him too, and just caused chaos.
But a good chaos for you, though, because it was good to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah.
Now, at the end there, were you toying with Greeny? Because the gap kept going down to like 1.5, and all of a sudden it was like 2.7 again.
Yeah, I kept on like hitting the gravel at the end of sector 1, going through the little chicane bit, and then I kept on pushing my lap after, just trying to keep a gap. So yeah, and then I saw him retire, so I just thought, oh, well then, that's easy.
Yeah, Matt saw him retire as well, so that's something you can go back and enjoy on the stream if you want.
Actually, I kind of feel bad for both Red Bulls. They both DNF by themselves on the track. But
Whilst you were on board with them.
yes, while I was on board with them. So
How many finishes are there anyway in the
5.
race?
5.
Oh my.
After 3 laps, there were 7.
Well then.
Yeah.
Is that a record?
No.
We think 4 was the record.
Yeah,
Certainly
PSGL
pushing
last
it.
season, or F6 last season in Australia, we had 4 finishers.
Well then.
And that was a dry race. So final question for me is, next week is Baku. What are your thoughts on Baku?
DNF.
Actually, I'm going to go make a bold statement here. Baku would be the first time this season you don't crash in qualifying.
Oh, probably will be.
That'd be
It'll be
fun.
like Monaco. Monaco didn't count.
Rain at Baku would be something, but anyway, let's just hope it doesn't get to that. We might be struggling for a
Had
full
rain at the
podium.
last 5 out of the last 6 races.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 in a row with Ali hosting. He apologized in the chat. Sorry for the rain, guys. But Nick should be back next week. He had a work thing pop up last minute, so he will be back next week, and things will be running smoothly again.
Try next week.
So
You'll still crash out. It's Baku.
true. Baku is tough. But that'll be it from me and Simmel tonight from Monza. This has been an F2 production. We will be live.
Yes, it has been, isn't it?
Well, I'll be live again Wednesday for GT Sport. Next Monday as well, whether it's me or Simmel, we'll be doing the F2 comms, depending on baby duties.
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, so everyone have a good week. Hope you had fun. Go back to lap 1, watch that crash again. That's kind of funny. And stay safe and have fun. See you next week.